Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Doug.
Welcome to Marital Hate.
This is Stacy. We don't normally hate each other, but I did kind of a not so good thing on Thursday night. It was, I believe. I walked off the podcast, which is I don't know if you guys know this, but that's the cardinal sin of podcasting. So I wanted to apologize to Stacy for that and a bunch of other stuff. But it was unacceptable no matter how I was feeling at the time. And probably the worst thing is we kind of missed Jackbox from that same incident. So I apologize to everyone at the podcast. I apologize to you, Stacey, and we'll try to control my nonsense behavior going forward. And I know this podcast means a lot to everybody watching, and it means a lot to us. And did not reflect that when I stormed off in a huff, so I apologize for that. Todd White is here. He has not been here in a while. Hello, Todd. Hope you're well. Sorry about your uncle. When I saw that, I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, am I dead? I did not know, because I have several people that call me Uncle Doug, and Cindy Bennett says, hey, who we love. So it's been kind of a tough few days, and tough day today, specifically tough day Friday, Saturday. Just trying to work out things, trying to figure out where I can be better and be a better husband, host, podcast person, etc. Cindy says we all still love you, Doug. We all have bad days. Yeah, well, I shouldn't have bad days that get taken out on my wife, and there's no need for it, and it's not the first time that has happened, and hopefully it will. We'll try and make anything going forward much better and rewarding.
As opposed to this wonderful, uplifting chat that we're having to start our podcast.
Well, I have wanted to apologize to everybody and you and hopefully put some of that behind us and move forward with our aptly named podcast. It should be called Husband Hate. That's what it should be.
Okay, so we have long since vowed to keep it real with you guys. I always keep it real with you guys. Doug, maybe not so much.
No, I don't. I hate to be embarrassed. I hate to be vulnerable, and I think it comes from trying to be perfect. Throughout my existence.
Not perfect.
Well,
I'm not perfect. Let's move forward.
So Cindy says, hug, love one another. Let's move forward and put it behind us and laugh about it later. Well, we don't have to laugh about everything, and I try to laugh about everything, and it's sometimes not appropriate. Hookah says, you are still two of the greatest people. How is Hookah Bob this evening? We miss you, but I think we're going to see you next week, right?
Supposed to see him on Saturday.
That would be very nice. And so, did you have any?
No, I just didn't realize we were going straight there. It's it's a Monday, and people are it's a Mondays.
It is.
So they're kind of tuning into the podcast as we're super depressing, and then of course everybody's here supporting you, which is nice.
Well, they're supporting us.
Yeah. So I just got a nice uplifting comment on Courtney's here. She says, hi, beautiful, and Doug. I got a nice uplifting comment over on YouTube. That was fun. So I have now been compared to Roseanne, which I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take that as a compliment or an insult. But yes, Maltese Falcon 1.
Oh, original name.
Has said, isn't that Roseanne? So I, love being a podcaster. It's been really fun for me. Yay. I'm a little frustrated with it, to be honest with you guys. I really have been putting my whole heart and soul, and I really put my whole heart and soul into the podcast, and it's has resulted in a lot of internet hate, and of course some marital hate, and even a few people have come at me that are here night after night. So it's been a challenge. And I don't I'm not really sure what the best way to go forward is, but we're just going to make the best
We're
of it.
gonna
'cause
wing
it's
it
Monday.
like we wing it on our first show. We didn't know what the hell we're doing.
Courtney said, I got demonetized today. That sucks.
Oh,
Yeah, being a creator is hard.
Jesus.
Cindy says, Rosanna's the most amazing woman. She's fucking hilarious and beautiful in her own way. So natural. I would definitely take that as a compliment. Yeah, but I don't think this person meant it as a compliment. That's the kind of the point. And she said, Facebook took all of my pay.
How can they do that? Like legal?
That's what they do. I mean, like they don't like what you post and they pull it down. And
Yeah, but
Courtney posts,
if you made the money, right? You made the money.
they literally will take it away. Like, yeah, that's what
I
they do.
guess it's not a
That's what these
democracy.
platforms do.
Yeah.
No, well, actually, it's really interesting because one of the things that came up is Snopes had to retract again.
Yeah.
So Snopes is constantly having to retract things that they've done, but they do it years later. So like the whole Biden's daughter's journal or whatever, they
Yeah.
said that was false, and people were deplatformed for saying what was true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now they're backpedaling. And previously, Twitter and Facebook used Snopes as a guideline. Snopes has literally, like these people, it's just like two people that decided they were going to make Snopes. Like they're not journalists.
Yeah.
And so then these major platforms are empowering them to make decisions about whether people can have their platform or not. And so of course people like about like Courtney, who speaks out about a lot of things, as she says here. I speak out a lot of things. She talks about freedom of speech. My ass. Yeah, a lot of people have been silenced, and one of those people is Julian Assange, who has, if you haven't been watching the news, he's taken a plea deal with the American government, so he is out of a British prison, or he's going to be out because he took a plea deal, pleading guilty to treason, something like that, espionage. Whatever.
I think probably the British prison might have been the safest place for him. Because
I think it's going to be one of those, like, sometimes it'll be interesting to see, but I think he did it on purpose. I mean, he's not a dumb man. I think he did it because he wanted to not be in prison.
Right.
And people will take a plea on a case to
right
to better their circumstances, right? So I imagine it could be that it's a plea, a guilty plea to appease the government, and he's going to go free and live under a rock somewhere.
Supply
I don't
some
know.
information that they need.
Maybe they didn't let him out for no fucking reason. Like there's always a reason. There's always something going on behind the scenes. And Anne says, hello all.
Hello, Anne.
And speaking of conspiracy nuts, and to your point, Courtney, if she says freedom of speech, my ass. As somebody I'm Gen X, right? So we grew up. It was when they were putting labels on records for the first time. We fought really hard for free speech in our own way, and the fact that people are signing up for this, that people encourage the silencing of anyone's thoughts or ideas, is baffling to me. It would be nice to see something. Herein lies the problem. Not only, and we talk about this all the time. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but not only do we have these social media platforms that are basically, they're publishers when they want to be.
Yeah.
But they're platforms when they want to be. Like they change it based on their fucking what's in their best interest. They don't allow for free speech, and then they have so-called news sources, and your news sources are equally unreliable, whether it's Radar Online or CNN or CNBC or fucking Fox, even fucking Fox News, which I'm not even saying Fox News is a better source of news than anything else, but they've definitely been the counterpoint to a lot of points that have been online.
Yeah.
And they recently said something like Joe Biden was polling at 51% and that RFK was polling at 3%. I'm like, who the fuck did they poll?
I don't know who the fuck they poll.
Who they polled.
I just reread.
I just don't trust any of it. You can't trust anything you read. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I had 2 points to make. Oh, the first point I was about social media. Like that toothpaste got out of the tube, right? Like, and so they couldn't regulate it like it was already out, right? So if the government wanted to regulate it to say you have to be
but you really support the government regulating
no I'm just saying because now Facebook or whoever is managing it, right? Like managing whether Courtney can make a living on the platform or what she can say or what you can't say about this, that, and the other thing.
But
So-
shouldn't it be that the government is regulating the platform and saying you can't, if you're going to offer this platform,
Right.
you can't censor what people say.
That's what I mean.
You
It's
have
like-
to allow people to say whatever they want to say
But like
because we live in a free country.
But it kind of got out of the toothpaste tube, right? And they can't put it back in to do that or say that. And now it's like, well, now they have so much more, they have more money than God, and they're like, so
Yeah, but they could
They
shut.
don't-
They could say that. I mean, see, but the bottom line is that Zuckerberg appeared before Congress, and he
Yeah.
made the argument that they're not a publisher. That they're a publisher and not a platform. Whichever argument,
or
is
what?
the
Yeah,
fuck that you make.
whichever. Yeah,
They're going to make whatever, but like the thing is that like there's billions of dollars being exchanged. If you don't think Mark Zuckerberg donates heavily to the whatever political party,
Yeah.
if not, I mean, Trump would talk about how he would donate to both sides. A lot of these,
Oh, yeah,
they
a lot of them
donate to
do,
both
yeah,
sides
yeah.
for their own fucking benefit. They're not stupid, but the reality is that what they don't want, what they all mutually don't want, which Facebook doesn't want, which the government doesn't want, which corporations don't want, is the people standing up and saying, what the fuck?
yeah.
And that's the problem. That's why people like Courtney and myself, when I would discuss political issues more often, I don't do anything on my personal wall anymore, in case you haven't noticed. Miss you guys, but I'm too busy. I think that they're trying to stop people from doing that because they don't want revolution. They don't want what's happening in the streets of other countries where people are fucking marching in the streets,
Right. Yeah.
and rioting.
But I think it goes back to the, who wants to make a gay wedding cake, and like, yeah, he's his own bakery. He can do what he wants. It's just not the greatest thing for A, business, or B, just a good decision for the rest of the world.
Point. That's the beauty of it is free speech enables people to say fucking stupid things the way they'll put their feet in their mouth. Now, mind you, no one knows that better than I do. I do a nightly podcast. Do you think anyone's ever said a negative word to Doug? Never.
Oh,
Not one.
Yeah, sucks.
Okay, but seriously,
No, well, you get
Never.
the
no one has ever said a negative thing about you. Never, not once on the podcast have we ever gotten a single comment where someone says something negative about you. So by me encouraging this people to be able to say whatever the fuck they want, I know I'm gonna.
You're
fucking
walking
take
the
it on
walk. Yeah.
I'm taking it on the fucking chin. I know that's gonna happen, but they want us to hate each other. They want people to be shitty to one another. They don't want people to come together from a place of love and compassion. Cindy says you are the best at turning everything positive, so take it as a compliment. Thank the person for the engagement.
She's talking about the Roseanne thing.
Yeah, I'm always going to thank people for the engagement, but the reality is I'm a human being and I have feelings, and I've spent far too long burying my feelings, and I'm continuing to do that right now, which is why I kind of had a hard time last week when Melissa said to me that I'm safe to feel my feelings. I'm really not. So it sucks, but I'm working through it, but I'm a human being. And if I like, the problem with me is not like from an outsider, it looks like I turn everything into a positive, and I do, but it's not healthy. Like what I do is not healthy because I just push my feelings down, and wonder why I have a fucking chronic illness, wonder why I'm in pain all the fucking time. So no, like it bothers me when people say shitty things about me on a podcast. I'm a human being. And when you say something to someone on the podcast, when you say something to someone on social media, it's the same thing as saying it to their fucking face. Except here's the thing. If I say something to you to your fucking face, I can see how what I'm saying to you impacts you, right? Like if I'm like, hey, you're a fucking asshole. I can see, like, are you laughing? Do you think that I'm joking? Are you hurt? Are you having a bad day? Are you about to blow your brains out? I don't fucking know. So if I am going to, I need to think twice as hard about the things I say on social media that I say to somebody's face.
Yeah, you never know.
Because you don't know what kind of position somebody's in. And I've been fucking open with you guys. I've been suicidal for a long fucking time. This disease is no fucking joke. And so when people come at you with comments like that, like, yeah, I'm a strong person. And yeah, I can find the silver lining in just about any situation, but it gets to me. And I get hate. Fuck, how much hate did I get last week?
It was a tough week. Yeah.
I just got shit on left and right. So yeah, it gets to me. I'm a human being. And do you ever think that everything that's going on in the world has been planned a long time ago? Yeah, absolutely. I think that the plan to divide and conquer was done in I think the plan to keep people divided. Hello, divide and conquer.
Well, we talked about the media.
Basic premise. We talked about
that and things like that. But I really like, although I have such low, it's not esteem, but I have low expectations of people. Like I don't think there's that many people that are that smart that could actually pull that off. Like maybe they used to be
Yeah, are
because
you?
people didn't,
No, I think
whatever.
that there
But
are for sure. Like I think that there's like, and Carlin. I always refer to the Carlin speech because
Yeah.
I think it was so brilliant. But like, it's a club, and we are not in it. Like they
Yeah.
are gonna like.
well, yeah,
They're gonna like. We're like we're like. You play chess or checkers. You're playing the dark against the light, right? You're playing the working class versus or the ruling class,
Yeah.
and that's kind of always going to be the case. It's always been the case. So like, there's always going to want to be people that want to control others. They're going to take advantage of others. That are going to use, and like, don't get me wrong. Like when the economy is shitty, like there's always opportunity, right? Like when there's a downturn in the
Right.
economy, people find opportunities for business. And I'm not begrudging anyone the opportunity to support their families and make money. But if you're profiting off other people's suffering, you need to ask yourself what the fuck you're doing wrong. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
while, our podcast is called Marital Hate, ironically, we're all about the love. And so we're all about bringing people together and lifting them up. So Court, you just have to adjust your business in a better way. And I don't know what the fuck that way is, but Facebook sucks, and they're going to come at you if you're a conspiracy nut. And then Anne says, Stacey, you're 100% right. Thank you. And then Cindy says it's like legalizing marijuana federally. They can't regulate it. All government employees can't participate, even if they have a medical card. It's all fucking everybody over. And then Courtney says, I was told I was a trailer Barbie. At least you're a Barbie. And
I would lean into that.
By the way, yeah, dude, you should totally lean into that. Do beat trailer Barbie. You're totally cool. And then Anne says it's called the web. Each level up knows more. Dave Icky ICKE is awesome.
I think
Okay.
with I don't see any point in having elite and then a bunch of non-elite.
You don't see the point because you're not elite. If you were elite, as it were,
then
by the
then
definition, you'd be like,
protected,
oh, look at all these people that'll work in my factories.
Well, it's a lot like,
look at this guy that will color pictures for me. Like, oh, let's fuck him over. Who cares if he's got a family to support? Who cares if we made $300 million off of his fucking work?
It's very true.
Fuck him over.
Yeah, that's
so. I mean, and I want to turn this into a positive as quickly as possible because I feel like we're already in a negative place. But yeah, Hookah Bob says people preach it. People think that everybody should be forced to think the way they do, and if you don't, they go after you. Well, there is no place you will realize that more than as a social media creator, as Courtney has found out just now, because with getting demonetized, it's like you have to fall within their very specific guidelines of what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And this is a comedy podcast. We do have commentaries about society, but like, look at all the comedians that have gotten canceled.
Oh yeah.
And like, they're genuinely joking. Like they're like, obviously there's comedians out there and public personalities that have a negative impact on society. Andrew Tate. But and he's on our hashtags today.
Oh geez.
But I think like the trick is for us all to come together, and that's what we're trying to do here today. We're trying to bring people together, and maybe the goal, maybe what we need to all do is leave Facebook. Maybe we need to go to Patreon. Maybe we need to go.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Platform.
Hey, if our swinging friends can go do what they do on OnlyFans or on TikTok,
people are actually using OnlyFans for non-sexual content.
Yeah,
but if we did OnlyFans, we would just do a subscription and we pay.
It would seem like it would
$10 a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if we went on a platform, the thing is like a lot. We still don't have. If we had a huge following, it'd be different.
Yeah.
But we're still trying to build our following. The problem is like right now we could be building a shitload of followers on fucking TikTok, but what we talk about on TikTok invariably gets pulled down.
Yeah.
So I am at a loss, y'all.
But we do have Julie Weeks. And
Julie's
that'll
here.
brighten anybody's day.
Hey, girl.
I friended Julie Weeks the other day.
Well, she is a delight. I will tell you though, I'm having a hard time between all of my. I have the Lyme. I have end stage neurological Lyme, so I have lesions all over my brain. I heard you read an uplifting article about that.
Very
this weekend.
uplifting article about that.
But I'm having trouble because my memory's so sucky. Like I'll remember, like I'll start talking to someone and I'll be like, "Who the fuck am I talking to? Which one is it?" Unless I talk to you on a daily basis, I'm gonna forget who you are. So I have Julie and Jules, and I'm always mixing them
Oh
up.
yeah. Well,
And one
I-
of them's battling cancer, and the
Yeah,
other one is like
is
a
just battling
mom,
motherhood.
just struggling with that. And it's tough because I love both of you guys. And then I've got
No.
Shannon. I got a few others that like I keep mixing them up. There's Shannon, and then there's
Jojo.
Jen, and then there's just JoJo's the
JoJo.
plant lady, and Apothecorner, and Peter. Like I'm having trouble keeping everybody straight, but I do love you, and I'm so glad you're here.
So,
I just always
well,
have to be like, which one?
This is very funny. So, all right. So Julie says you guys can come up with a nickname for me. Now, all right. So I'm gonna go on the way back machine. When I met Stacy, before she had dated a bit when she was single, but she had come up with nicknames for each guy based on his either
Yeah, but to be
profession or
fair,
hobby.
but to be fair, I give everybody a nickname.
You know, you do. You do.
It's not
Yeah,
just guys I've dated.
yeah. No, I know. But I'm going back to where like I was introduced to this whole
Yeah.
naming thing.
Yeah, but like I call my friend Rob, who's an attorney. I call him Rob the lawyer.
Rob the
Everybody
lawyer.
calls him
Yeah.
Rob the lawyer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all of my friends I've introduced him to call him Rob the lawyer.
Like
And I always call Christina my little chiropractor friend.
well, that's like a more of a descriptor than a nickname.
Well, what am I gonna call her?
Mm,
Crunchy
Christina.
skinny bitch. She's not a bitch. She is crunchy and she is skinny.
Christina Proctor,
I'm
or
jealous
something
of
like
her.
that. So somebody like Julie Weeks could be the weak link. I don't know. I'm sorry, Julie. I don't know. I'm
Can't
trying to
even
come
do
up
that.
with
That's
things.
not something
I'm
called her.
playing off the name. No, but I wouldn't
I've
do
only
that.
given
so-
one person a negative connotation nickname, and that was
Oh.
fucktard, and I gave it to someone who had earned it.
Oh,
So-
oh, and I know another nickname that you gave someone. That
Oh, Cuntface?
well, yeah.
but I
Was
don't think
that-
I started that one.
I might have. You might not have, but yeah, most of them are.
You have to
are
work pretty fucking
fairly
hard.
uplifting.
You have to work
um,
pretty hard for me to not like you, and you have to work really hard for me to give you a shitty nickname. Like you're gonna have
Yeah.
to like. There's gonna have to be like legal action and harming my children.
Well,
involved.
Courtney became Shortney. She came up with that
That's short
because that like just works.
Well, why
Yeah.
don't you tell them some of your nicknames?
My nicknames
Yes,
of for myself,
yes,
Juicy Lips,
yes.
Fucky Poo Poo, which
Well,
I don't know where that came
It was
from.
originally poo 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 poo.
Oh, Poo 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 Poo, which is actually kind of funny because you were started to talk about that Honopono guy, which reminded me of Poo Poo Poo. So there, yeah. So there's
Okay, so the Honopono guy is a psychiatrist that worked at a asylum for the criminally insane, never met with any of the patients, and they all, as he went into his office, looked at their files and prayed. They were all healed, and they had to close the institution down. And you're comparing that to poo 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 poo.
yes, because it's an Hawaiian name. Is it because I ate a poo poo platter once?
I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know why you came up with that. It doesn't like I like nicknames that like connect to the person.
Well, I used to call you Juicy Lips.
Yeah, well, I do have juicy
I was
lips.
informed that you do not have juicy lips. That
I
you just
put
put
wa-
water on
I
them.
just put water on them. So that
Cool story.
that was it.
Cool
Yeah, so
story.
our good friend got him his
Glad you're laughing,
little
Dobby.
little daughter. She's like,
Tanvi.
Stacy, he does not have juicy lips. He just puts the water on them, and it was the cutest little thing ever.
Well,
and
first of all, she was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
And so for her to say that you don't have juicy lips, you just put water on them. Second of all, little kids with accents are my kryptonite. I love
Oh
accents.
my God,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
love little kids with accent. Like if Soph up the street
Oh, she had the
an
accent. Oh, yeah, yeah.
wait till you guys
I
hear
remember
the
one
story.
time we ran into, I forget where we were, but it might have been Disney. There were little Asian kids, and you like lost your shit. You thought they were the cutest fucking things.
I
And,
do, I think
and I don't
little
even think
kids
they
are
spoke
cute.
English, but you're like going to the parents and
Mm.
you're like, I think I like, and I'm like, you just gotta walk away.
Yeah, but is that like racist to say that I think you're like
No,
little
no.
Asian kids are cute? I
No,
think all
because
kids are cute.
if they're cute, they're cute, right? That's.
But I do. I
you
think
know.
like but I do think like little Asian kids are the cutest thing in the fucking world.
Oh my god.
I do. I think they're adorable. But kids with accents, like
Yeah.
my friend Mick, his kids all have, but they have like these weird half British, half Polish accents.
yeah.
But they're adorable.
Yeah.
Although now Adam's like taller than him. Like these kids are like, and that's the other thing too. Like our kids, like you don't, when your own kids are growing up, you don't really even notice, right? Because it happens like
Yeah.
right before your eyes. And so now, like, it's just kind of us hanging out most of the time. And then what we realize is, like, it's raining.
Yeah, we'll give
Sorry,
it a
what
little,
we realize
little
is
darkness.
we're realizing other people's kids because we don't see them as much,
Mm.
right? So, like, our neighbors down the street, the Soph just keeps growing and growing and growing.
well, they
and
both
growing.
keep growing. Like what the
It's
hell?
huge. And
Just
Mace
stop it.
doesn't, so the kids down the street are Soph and Mace. There's a whole bunch of kids in the neighborhood. They all show up. A couple of them wanted to use the pool today. dilemma. Want to help out the neighborhood kids, liability, shit to do.
Yeah.
And also we don't know the parents. And we
That's
don't know if
true.
they can swim. And also, I don't want kids pissing in my pool.
That's
But,
right.
like,
I don't want that.
I also don't. Yeah, it's just. And we've had kids in the pool before, and they've fucked up, shit up.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
So it's like,
busting.
I don't really know.
So you were talking. So my friend JD, his daughter graduated from Gates Middle School.
Yeah.
Last time I saw her, like 2 weeks ago,
She was a baby.
we went to a Celtics game. They brought the baby. She was like a month old. It was or whatever. She was in a carrier, right? And now she's graduating middle school.
Yeah, these kids are all growing up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I gotta put in. Yeah.
Cindy says, Chris is Krusty and I'm Hooker. Most people only know us by Krusty Hooker. They don't know our real names. That's a little funny. Julie says, I once worked with a girl that called me Sugar Lips. We never did anything. Oh, well, maybe you
too
should.
bad. Missed opportunity.
And Matthew says, made it.
Nice.
Looks like he made it.
Matthew might need a Matthew we already gave him a nickname. We're talking about nicknames, Matthew. We gave him the nickname of Yukon Cornelius.
That's right, because he did look like
Yukon
Cornelius. But I will tell you, he had a video he posted. I think it's his son working on the truck that he got. He's doing a tune-up.
I heard you.
And what
play
a
that.
Cute kid. I think it's his son. Cute kid.
Could be a
and,
rental kid.
He was very eloquent, and he was working on his car, and I was so proud to see.
Do you have like
that.
a Tennessee accent? Because you would have loved that.
Not really.
Hey,
no.
Pa. Hey,
No,
Pa.
not really.
I need the ratchet.
But I do. I love that.
I'm sorry if that offended anybody from Tennessee. But
But I love that Matt spends his time with his son and was recording and is proud of him. I think your son should do a YouTube channel of him working on that car and teaching kids how things work and what the car is. I think that would be really cool.
you do know that's what normal dads do with their sons.
I am not a son, and I don't have a normal dad.
Yeah.
And your dad's dead, so your dad.
Well, he is dead. He's not helping you. Kevin O'Keefe checking in.
He said Meatloaf checking in. Is that what you go by, Meatloaf? Would you do anything?
No, he was Kevin the scrap metal guy.
I know, but he called himself Meatloaf.
All right, well, we'll call you Meatloaf because Meatloaf ain't using that nickname anymore. Holy fucking lightning! Time to take my ass inside. Yeah, apparently we're getting
Rain.
Yeah, it's just rain here, but I'm gonna look it up on the radar. Oh yeah, you guys. I don't know. It's not. It doesn't look terrible, but I tell you, up north of here, look at that. Look at that big swash. We're the blue dot at the bottom. Cindy's up above that.
Kevin says, no, I don't call myself Needful. Everybody else does. I think you Needful or Meatloaf. I don't know.
Meatloaf.
And then Matthew says, working on the channel thing, we have 5 subs, and the truck is a series. Yeah,
nice.
Well, we have been at this for over a year, and we are only at 170 on TikTok, on YouTube. YouTube, we got to figure that one out. And he meant Meatloaf. And then Cindy says, yeah, I'm in the red. Well, I think we might. I don't know if you guys can hear.
Yeah, it's loud.
It's on.
And it's just a little patch of green right here. It's just not a lot going on.
You get a screenshot of that? Because that could be something.
I did, yeah.
Well, I was thinking this.
Oh, I know what that is. Oh, it's great when the radars come to you, when you see them instead of having to think of them later. Save to photos.
Hookah Bob says, keep that weather down there. Yeah, Hookah Bob lives in the northern part of
He
the
lives
state.
up north. It's probably snowing.
Y'all want to see the Airbnb we're going to stay in this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
What's going on. Well, we should go back. Okay, so that was Friday.
Okay. It's Friday.
That was Friday.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we kind of hung out a little bit.
Sunday, we decided to stay home and listen to the countdown. I'm number 7, motherfuckers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your support. We actually have the number where you can text it now.
Yeah.
We thought we had it the other day, gave out the wrong number. Now I have the right number. I will post it right now. So it's interesting, though, because there's another group that came on. They were new and hot last week, and they debuted at number 7.
At 6.
So they must have more friends
They
than we are.
leapfrogged me. So you guys, you got to jump in and request this thing every day, all day. Remember when? Well, they probably don't remember. A lot of them are too young. But back in the day, they used to say this 12th caller wins a pizza or something, and you dial a phone, and then you dial a phone again, and then later on, and when you got older, you'd punch the numbers in, and now you would just go redial. It's like a marching band up in here.
A lot of rain. So the number.
So the number is.
Hang on, I don't know.
Julie says her local radio station still gives away the pizzas and stuff. I won a pizza one time. And then Courtney says, congratulations. Yeah, Courtney, you have like 6 kids. I'm sure they all have emails, right? They can all request. But thank you for that. And Cindy noticed that we got rain all of a sudden. Woohoo! I will text along with email. Thank you, Ann, for your support. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
239er 314-4104.
That's the number. You can text and request it. So we could all do that right now. We could all do it every night during the podcast. And then Julie says, just wait. Big crackles and we'll see the lightning strikes here in a few. Yeah, we've been out here during lightning before. Actually, people have made us like freaked out that we're going to get struck by lightning and like made us go inside. And I don't know why.
Well, Ian was one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, Ian was one of them.
I don't think that the lightning is going to.
I'm not a big fan of thunder and lightning by any stretch of the imagination.
If it's like close.
Yeah, if it's close.
It
I've been out here a couple times where it's.
No, but both Tracy and Ann were like, go inside.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like miles away.
Yeah.
But I also have no fear of dying.
Julie won tickets to a haunted attraction.
My vagina? Yeah, you can come anytime you want, girl. Check it out.
Uh-oh. Now my dogs are using me as a bed.
That's not a bad thing. She has a little, I think it's a King Charles Spaniel. How long would it take me standing there to be completely drenched?
About 3 seconds. You can it's actually, you can't really see to the corner of the pool area over here.
I didn't even get dressed
that's
today.
How much water is coming through the screen. This is Jim Cantori. Oh, it's just lightning. This is her baptismal. Feel the healing waters. Oh, they're flying ants. Feel the. Oh, geez. Oh, wet t-shirt night here on the pod.
Needless to say, I am very wet, and not in a good way. Excuse me while I pull up my dress and wipe my face. I do this in traffic sometimes.
She does in the Jeep, and yeah, the cooch is in the breeze. So Ann says, "Fuck lightning, it can get you 10 miles away." Yeah, our friend Donna, was driving down the highway with hail bouncing off the windshield. She thought it was going to break her windshield, and they saw a tornado come down and hit the road, and then go back up. Like as soon as it came down, unbelievable. I'd be crapping my pants, I tell you. And Cindy says that one was just hit practically in her backyard. Stay safe, Cindy. Stay away from the windows. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Nicole says must be storming. Yes, yeah.
All that.
And we were worried about you, Nicole. You were saying about you were gonna have that. I have 2 chai weenies, 5 pounds each. I wish I had a 5-pound weenie. I'd show everybody.
Okay, wait.
The chai weenie. I don't know what that is. Is that a Chicago weenie? Oh, a Chihuahua weenie.
A chai weenie.
A Chiweenie.
Is a cross between a Chihuahua and a Dachshund.
And a Dachshund, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Because it looked like a little King Charles Spaniel.
It does kind of, yeah. Oh, what do we say when we text?
Please play Smiles Like the Sun.
Play Smiles Like the Sun by Doug Gear. Or just say,
Doug Gear.
Play Doug Gear. There shouldn't be any revenge. Tuka Bob got me wanting to go down to the station and all this other stuff. But just say play Doug Gear. We love him. He's handsome. And Smiles Like the Sun is my favorite song. When are we going to hear
new music from Doug Gear? When are we going to hear more from Doug
just
Gear,
hit them.
Kind of
like you can't hit if you hit them enough, you can't hit them enough as far as because they're going off on the top 10 goes from the requests, which is really the only thing I have going, airplay, which I've been played on other stations, but not to the effect of some of these other bands. These other bands have like full on, like they tour, they have promoters, they buy ad space, all these things. So we really need to work our little fan base here, and you guys would be fantastic because we really we're kind of fighting upstream on a lot of this stuff. And I don't know. There's some great other bands.
A lot of these bands are throwing money at ads.
Yeah, they're throwing it.
We can't do that, and a lot of people know.
And they were professionally recorded, also, and like they have labels.
Yeah,
some of them have record labels.
But even the people that were professionally recorded, the sound quality wasn't that
great. And it's what it is. I think it comes down to song, and I think I got a really good song, and I think people dig it. I haven't heard anybody like say, "Oh, this song is."
Well, listen, we want you
Miserable.
to listen. If you like dance music and you want to support us, then request it. And if you don't like it, we don't want you to request it. Obviously, if it
Yeah.
sucks, tell us.
Oh, and when you text, because Courtney says I just texted them. When you text them, don't mention the Barbie trailer thing, because then that's going to get me in a whole different
No,
demographic.
definitely tell us.
But thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank
So,
you so much.
Cindy says one dog is long-haired and the other is short-haired. Mother and daughter.
Aw.
Oh, that's very nice.
How's that going?
Oh,
Does the daughter tell the mother that it's ugly and it dresses and bad
Is
and
the,
that it's
yeah.
an idiot and the mother just goes in the other room and cries because their baby is so mean to them? How does it work?
yeah. Well, if it is a teenage daughter, it could be. I don't know. Oh, now we're getting wet.
A little bit.
So I told them I saw this as a number one. That's
Thank
that's
you.
that's a spirit right there. You didn't only see it, you heard it in your mind. This is a number
Well,
one
and
song.
Antenna Farm's being played up in Worcester. I don't know how much, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
played. Thank you so much
thanks,
to Deb Bowdry for that.
Well, Antenna Farm was played on the indie station, and then It Smiles Like the Sun was played on the college radio station for Clark University. So that was pretty cool. So text that. Thank you, Cindy. Keep them coming. Actually, go get baked and then text them again. Man, I love this. This is like Freedom Rock. And then I've been using your song. I'm like, oh, you have.
I haven't even looked.
I gotta search that out. I gotta see how it is.
Tracy says, hi,
And Tracy is here.
I thought you were in the pool with the nieces.
Well, she's out now.
Tracy has nieces for the foreseeable week.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if
Nice.
she's going to be here.
So, she is completely excused from all things.
Yeah, she's
All things.
well,
she
everybody. I
needs.
mean, listen.
Yeah.
We only want you to come to the podcast if you like it. And
The only-
sometimes it's down there.
The only thing you're not excused from is requesting that song because we need you. She says, no, the dogs don't, but the daughter does. And they just got out of the pool. We just got out of the pool too because it's raining. I don't know if you can tell. You can kind of see.
I was actually just talking about how you and Ann wanted us to come out of lightning one night, and I thought you guys were crazy, but we did it.
It's
And
lightning
right now,
a little bit.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe. So
Starting to
let's
think, yeah.
let's bust. Maybe we do a short podcast tonight. It's not. It's not a ton of people.
Yeah,
Normally on Mondays we have a shitload of people, but because we didn't do the podcast on Friday and
Yeah.
I haven't been engaging, we get pushed down
we
the
get kind of
algorithm.
pushed up.
So
And it's my fault.
back to square fucking one. So we talked about WikiLeaks. Apparently, Dave Grohl and Taylor Swift have beef.
Yeah, there's apparently, and I went and looked into it. That apparently the Foo Fighters were playing somewhere else, and Taylor Swift was playing some other stadium, like back-to-back nights. And Dave Grohl said, "Well, we're a rock and roll band. This is the Eras tour, take off on the Eras tour that Taylor Swift, because she's doing all her different eras and different albums." And so people took that to be a diss. And then he says, well, we're a live rock and roll band. We screw up all the time, whatever. And they took that to mean that, like, the highly choreographed and, like, down to the steps.
So did they actually say anything bad about Taylor Swift?
I don't think he said anything bad. He was just saying, like, we're a rock and roll band. We're coming out here,
So
whatever.
people want to cause beef where there isn't even
Yeah,
any beef.
I think that's what it was. I mean, it could be interpreted as that, but they're two different ends of the musical spectrum if you think about it. One's a very polished show, and the other one is a concert by a rock band. So
Yeah, I think they're different things, but I think that, like, if I haven't, I don't like this divisiveness that we have in society. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. And again, even if there was beef between Taylor Swift and the Foo Fighters or Dave Grohl, it's all a fugazi.
yeah, and I know
They're
they know
all
each
fucking
other.
Friends.
They really know each other. Like I know
they're
that.
all using it to make fucking money. How much money do you think's been made off of dueling rap discs throughout the years? Millions
Oh, yeah,
upon
probably,
millions
yeah.
upon millions. That whole East Coast West Coast thing, which finally came to fucking guns.
Yeah.
But they use it to make fucking money.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look at what's happening there. Like the.
It's like a dripping.
Should we
Situation.
pull the couch out?
Yeah, maybe.
So the other thing that's happening, Taylor Swift apparently had. Oh, we got comments. Hang on 1 second. Tracy just got out of the pool. She says they were showering. I requested it twice today. Thanks, girl.
Thank you.
And then Tracy says, wow, it is raining. And then Cindy says, oh, man, it's cutting out for me. I'm not sure it's my internet or yours. Well, you know what we're going to do is we're going to shut the internet off on our phones, and I will close down my laptop.
Yeah. But I don't. We got the 3 bars. I'm already shut off.
So we have 4 bars. So let us know, Cindy, if that continues. It might be you. But I just shut my Wi-Fi off my phone, so it should help a little.
Yeah.
And then Bob said he said the reason we make errors is because we do it live.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
Yeah, there's certainly a
it's
backing
kinda
track
shady, but
to that, but
Taylor
she's
Swift-
singing.
clearly has a backing track. I don't even see musicians. Are there even?
Oh, there are.
musicians?
They're in a band. Sometimes they're on the stage, but they're in behind like the setting and stuff.
I
They-
want to see the musicians. I want to see fucking
yeah, I want to see them all.
P-Funk level shit where
Yeah,
there's like
right.
an entourage on stage. Like, listen, if I'm Taylor Swift and because she has like a fucking entourage, which I aspire to one day have. I am just like Roseanne Barr. She has an entourage of people like surrounding her at all times. They do her hair, they do her clothes, they do her makeup.
You want that?
I want to have but I want her to bring those people on stage with her.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
Like the makeup artist,
I
she's just
think
there,
her-
like she comes over and just.
I think her next step has to be. I saw a clip of her the other day shredding on guitar, and she was really good. And I know she knows how to play guitar. So, anyways, I think her next step. She breaks it down. She goes like 3-5-piece band, something like that. She goes like almost unplugged kind of a situation. She goes raw.
I mean, I think she did that in the beginning. But what people want from her now is this
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
And of course, but it's all like it's all quite gimmicky.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce
for sure.
was on stage with her the other day.
Yeah, in a tuxedo.
In a tuxedo, nonetheless. We're just waiting for that on-air proposal. Luca Bob said, he said that's why they needed the errors.
Right.
Sure. And then Ann says, when you see 15 margaritas in a row
Magazine.
with Taylor's magazines in a row with Taylor Swift, you know someone is promoting her.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's the point.
But she's
Yeah,
going to
Kev-
sell magazines up the ying.
Kevin says she's a self-made billionaire.
Got to hand it to her.
Hang on a second. I think she's a very talented young lady and she works very hard. But it's not a self-made situation.
Oh, there's
a billion people behind
well,
Taylor Swift.
she started out. I mean, I looked up her background a little bit. She was from her parents were doing okay, and so I'm sure she got put in the right. And not to take away from her talent, not to take away from any of her talent.
self-made and then there's not self-made. Like my father, for example, train wreck. But the man dropped out of high school, didn't get his first real job till he was 35 and retired a millionaire. That's a self-made millionaire. No one helped him.
Yeah.
No one. That's a self-made millionaire. And don't get me wrong, Taylor Swift, very talented young girl. But also Doug Gear, very talented. Not
young
so
girl.
bad to look at. But
Except for this.
does not have that kind of backing. The reality is there's a lot that goes into
I have
backing.
this backing right
And
here,
it-
and they're requesting.
And there's a lot of people out there that are as talented, if not more talented than Taylor Swift, that are not billionaires. So yes, I would love. Listen, I who can I say is a self-made billionaire? Is Bezos a self-made billionaire? I don't.
A lot
I
of
don't
those
know.
guys are. I
But-
would think, except like Bezos. No, I'm thinking the Facebook guy went to Harvard, so there's a leg up.
So we've made $8 on the podcast at this point, and we're not self-made because we would have nothing without you guys. So I get where you're coming from with it.
That's
You
true.
want to empower her, and I don't disagree with that. I think she does a lot of great things. I have some issues with some things she's doing, I don't know, she can basically manipulate an entire election just by saying, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden because there's all these young girls that look up to her and are going to do whatever she says as opposed to think for themselves. I want the message coming out of Taylor Swift to be think for yourself.
Yeah.
And she had this whole, she got the girls chanting fuck the patriarchy this week. And I'm like, okay, but it's not, why are we being divisive, men versus women?
I
Because
saw.
I've been attacked far more by women than I've been attacked by men.
All right. Well, I saw a picture of her with the royal guy that got next in line for the king. That's not Harry. That's the other one. William. So it was William and his two kids, and they're not the best looking folks. And then you had Taylor and Kelsey, and they're perfect, right? And then you see these, and it was I don't know, it just cracked me up for some way. But
Yeah,
I
but
will.
they're basically American royalty at this point. What's
For
more
sure.
American royalty than Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
I mean, fucking Paul McCartney went to the show.
Well, actually, that was the up that I was going to end this on, is the Paul McCartney of it all. I have a story, but let me read the comments.
I just want to read all right, so I wanted to get back to she apparently writes the stuff herself. There's a machine.
Doesn't do her
Her
writing.
stuff sounds like her stuff, and that's
Although
that's pretty
Beyonce
cool.
gets songwriting credits on all of her songs, and she doesn't do shit. She just puts her name on them. So
Yeah, I would kind of think that. So that's what I did. I turned the internet off, and y'all are better. Well,
There you
Cindy figures stuff. Cindy's smart. Don't believe Chris. He will,
I actually have my quantum guy's home number.
Oh yeah, we can hook you up. She has
No,
something.
I can't hook her up.
She has something to do with you, her people voting Democrat. Well, we talked about that. And then Kevin says she did it by herself. Doug made all her startup money off the internet. Yeah. Oh, all right. And she's still counting. She still controls her money. Yeah. I'm not saying that she's not smart. I'm just saying that when.
I think that that's some really good branding.
Oh no, she's done a lot of good stuff. But I'm sure.
I'm not saying she didn't do a lot
Yeah,
of good stuff, but I'm telling you that if you want to go viral on the internet as a musician,
Yeah.
it's not like you're spending money on ads.
Well, yeah. Look at this. I mean, like
You're
those
spending money
those
on
other
ads.
bands are
Spending money on
they're putting ads. They're
They're
buying
people
promoting
backing them.
services.
They have like no one does it on their own. But I'm not saying that she's. I think that she's.
Wait.
I think she's talented. I think that she has a lot of good things to offer. But I'm not putting her on a pedestal either because I'm not doing that to anybody.
But I think we've exposed one clear thing tonight
So that
that Kevin is a Swiftie.
Kevin is a Swiftie.
Nice.
So the thing was Paul McCartney
Yeah,
took his
Paul McCartney.
kids
Yeah.
to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
His kids or his grandkids?
His
I don't-
grandkids probably at this
I
point.
don't know,
Yeah.
you would think. But
His grandkids are older too.
Who
They're-
knows?
yeah.
So he was at the Taylor Swift concert, and he was like in the crowd with
And he was, like,
everybody
dancing
else,
around. Yeah.
and he was trading bracelets with people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Listen, I don't need to go to a Taylor Swift concert. Like I would see her like in Vegas or something, like if I was there, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wouldn't be like, oh my god, I have to see Taylor Swift. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't love her. I don't hate her. But for me, getting a bracelet from Paul McCartney would
That'd
be
be
worth
something.
the price of admission.
I mean,
because
just
that'd be
like
cool.
think about McCartney. Like he's just soaking it all in. Like he's loving and like he always did. He just loved life. Yeah.
Cindy says Jelly Roll
Yeah.
is a self-made
Yeah.
millionaire.
Well,
I know he did all of his stuff promoting online, and he did it for years and years and years and years. But I also know his wife definitely threw some money at that. So yeah, I mean, self-made to some extent. But the point is that they're a self-made. No one helped you along the way. Millionaire is a rare thing. And y'all, I keep it real with you, and I have told you some stories about my dad that are not flattering, but he's genuinely
yeah,
a
gotta hand it to
self-made
him.
millionaire.
Yeah, gotta hand
No
it to
one
him. He works hard.
fucking helped him.
He worked hard.
Jelly Roll had his wife. My dad had his wife. I mean, his wife like told him, like encouraged him,
Yeah.
but she wasn't giving him money. But like, I'm sure she was paying more of the bills than he was at one point. So maybe not. I
Figure.
don't know. But
So-
but I think the thing is, we all get by with a little help from our
Yeah,
friends.
for
We
sure.
all have to support one
Yeah.
another. And thank you so much for all of your
But
support.
yeah,
Even when we didn't do a podcast on everybody's favorite night,
yeah,
which is Jackbox
we
night.
owe you one.
But now we think we're going to do an extra Jackbox this week. What night do you guys think? Wednesday? Wednesday might be good.
Oh, it's not bad. Kevin says his granddaughters are Swiftie. Now, I see a problem with that because Kevin is not old enough to have a granddaughter. He doesn't look old enough.
Of course he is.
No, he doesn't look old enough.
Of course he is.
He looks a
Kevin,
young
how
man.
old are you?
Who?
I just know how
Did you
old.
just call Kevin an old man?
No, he's not an old man. I just think he's your age. Like, we talked about this.
I'm
And
not
we-
old. I'm not old enough. I don't look old enough to be a grandfather either.
You are old enough to be
Yeah, I
a
guess.
grandfather.
I could be. You know what? I am old enough to be most of the people on this podcast.
My
Daddy.
dad,
I'm your daddy. Come sit on your daddy lap.
my dad was 38 when he became a grandfather.
Yeah, that's 38. Yeah. I've seen that happen before. Sure.
Kevin
68.
is 68. That's old enough to have grandkids.
Right.
Okay, so I want to whiz through my point is, like, I think Taylor Swift is very talented. I think she's great. I think Dave Grohl is very talented. I think he's great. But I think that, like, celebrity beef is stupid, and I think
Yeah.
that everybody
They get-
gets help.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone gets help. Everybody gets support. And even, like, I was trying to make the case of my dad was the only person I could think of, but even he had help and support. Everybody has help along the way. And I don't want to put anybody on a pedestal. Please don't put us, not that that will ever be a problem, that I get put on a pedestal, but Doug will get put on a pedestal.
Wait, hang on
because
a second.
everybody loves Doug.
Kevin's a great grandfather. I'm sure he is a great grandfather, but
No,
he
so-
is not old enough to be a great grandfather. And Tracy
20,
thinks
20.
who's your daddy is hysterical.
There you go. And then he's
I'm
got
your daddy.
father. So also, Squid Game. The second Squid Game is coming out. You didn't watch Squid Game?
No, I never watched the Squid Game. I don't
so
know.
it's like Mr. Beast in a way.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of fucked up. So Mr. Beast, if you're not familiar with Mr. Beast, actually another one. He was self-made.
Yeah.
initially, right, like
Yeah.
started a channel himself, but then he brought people in that made him who he is. So he was like, basically what he did is he had his brother's old laptop
Yeah.
when he started his channel, and he was just doing like how-to videos or like goofy games or whatever. And he partnered with other people, and they made each other better. And he'll tell you to this day that by working, like basically workshopping it with other creators, they were able to get better and better and better all the time. But that they helped each other to be better so that they could be more profitable. So Mr. Beast does giveaways. He gives away money. Like to our generation, you think you're going to win the lottery and that's how you're going to like be rich.
Yeah, he was giving
That-
out like, yeah.
But to that generation, to like the millennials and the Gen Zers,
Yeah.
they think Mr. Beast is going to give them money, and that's going to be the
Oh,
win.
yeah.
So he'll do games where he'll have like 100 people in a room, and he did like one where they had 100 people ages 1 through 100, and how long would they stay in their little room? And so of course people leave, and so the Squid Games is not all that far off. So they started out with like 100 people.
Yeah.
And the 100, like, there's a prize at the end for all this money. And so they played like Red Rover, and then they played like increasingly harder games. And then at the last round, like there was this one little old man everybody was kind of protecting, and at the last round, the kids just like basically stabbed him in the back. And so it reminds me of Mr. Beast, and they're doing Squid Games. I found it to be like depressing as fuck, and they're doing a season 2. Coming out soon
because it's kind of cutthroat, like that cutthroat kind of reality show stuff. That's like,
but it's not a reality show. It's a series. Based on a reality show.
Okay.
But it's not a reality show. It's hard to describe. It's a series.
So Kevin's great granddaughters are 5-year-old twins.
So cute.
Oh my goodness! Do they walk down the hallway at like The Shining? Are they those kind of twins, or are they good twins? No, I'm sure they're good. You're a good dude. Shannon Doring here. We were just talking about Shannon. She says, "Happy fresh week." We are here, and I don't know if you can tell, it's raining.
Just a little bit.
It's raining a lot, to the point like those lights are dimmer because like of all the water coming down. It's very funny.
Well, yeah, we need to buy some lights at Costco because like 5 of those bulbs.
Yeah. Your Squid Games reminded me of a show. I got a VHS tape of a bunch of these episodes from Japan. There was a show in Japan called Beat Takeshi. And it was basically a bunch of increasingly hard stunts till you get to the end. They start out with like 100 people. The first one, you have like there's 4 doors and it's all mud. And one of the doors is paper and lets you through. The other ones are wood. So people would like run, boom, hit the door and fall over and like or they bust through. And then they would have to cross a river.
This is the Japanese game.
This is the Japanese game
we
show.
We love watching. You watch them on YouTube. They're hilarious.
And so there was like a river with like 7 rocks to cross it, like in a kitty corner fashion, right? Well, some of them were styrofoam. So these people running, they hit the styrofoam rock, and then they go careening themselves into an actual rock, which was crazy. So at the very end, they pick out like 5 people, the 5 finalists, and you're driving around in like a little bumper car with this circle which has got paper in it, and you have a squirt gun, and you're trying to get Takeshi's little circle with the paper before he gets yours. So there's 5 people all running around. So Takeshi's in like a full-size like tank with like a fire hose. So it's impossible to win this game, but it's absolutely hysterical. And every once in a while somebody wins it. And and it's so Beat Takeshi. Look it up on YouTube. You'll laugh your ass off.
Basically, any of the Japanese game shows, they're all hilarious and not depressing like Squid Game. So there's that. If you would like to be amused instead of depressed, I recommend Japanese game shows.
So Kevin says they're good twins. Okay, all right, that's a relief. You can have the rain. She does not. She's got the heat wave up there.
We
She's
need
good.
it. I hate to be that cliche person, but we really
we do
it.
need it. A free Jeep wash. Well, the Jeep is in.
It has no top or
We're protecting
doors.
the dirt on it by garaging it. Then Cindy goes, my back is open, so the back is getting power washed. Thank God for the plugs in the floor. Nice. Oh, you're going to have gators if you get too much.
So you put it in your garage?
You're gonna get
We put ours
gators.
in our garage.
Yeah.
Our Jeep is always in the garage. Unless like we're doing like what, like once a year the Jeep's not in the garage.
Rarely is anything out in the blazing sun.
So Shrek is coming out.
I'm all for that. I love.
I
those
have
movies.
never seen a single.
Oh
Shrek.
really?
I've never.
Oh my God!
My
Eddie
kids-
Murphy as that donkey is amazing.
So my kids, like growing up, like they would watch Shrek movies, but like if I sat down and watched a children's movie,
Yeah.
I would fall asleep. Like I can't
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
awake.
that's
I'm so tired.
Some of those things are really. But Shrek was really good. The first one was amazing. The second one wasn't as good, but it was still pretty good. But they had, I think it was Michelle Pfeiffer did the lady ogre that came in. I don't remember her name was.
No idea.
But it was good.
I've never seen any of them. But is it good? It's funny.
The first Shrek is fantastic.
What
Yeah.
about the other ones?
I think they're probably
Have you seen
on
them?
par. I mean, I've seen the second one. There's a third one, right?
This is like
Or is this
it's
the third?
just like the fifth one.
Oh, I don't know. I lost the track after two. So her Jeep never had a garage till we bought this house. Oh, look at Shannon
this
who's
is
staying
Shrek.
all nice and dry.
Shrek 5.
Shrek
This is
5.
the fifth one.
Oh, geez, I got some catching up to do. Cindy says it gets flooded regularly. Yeah, what Jeep doesn't. Thankfully, it's all waterproof. Yeah, we still have the carpets in ours, or hers, but it's whatever. We're good.
Coward.
Eat some gummies first. That's always eat some gummies and watch
Before what?
Shrek.
Oh, well, I took cannabis oil before the podcast. I don't think it's really kicked in yet. I'm not super chatty tonight, so usually when I'm chatty, it's because I took weed. Although I'm chatty in general.
But then again, I will say this about Shrek. I laugh at pretty much anything Eddie Murphy does or says. I think the guy's just a riot.
I actually watched an interview with him the other day that was actually really funny where he was just like talking about fucking with the media. I thought it was hilarious. Tom Bowker's shirt is still here. I don't know what we're supposed to do with that.
I will save it till we can mail it to him.
I still haven't sent.
We have
I
stickers to
I
go out
bought
to everybody.
Pride stuff for Tracy and Bex. I need to send out Meryl Hate stickers to people. I have 2 pairs of flip flops for Darcy and her kids that I.
Oh
haven't
right,
sent
yeah,
out yet.
that's been sitting there for a while.
It's just nonsense.
Thank
So,
you note for Shannon for sending all that stuff.
I
that
didn't write her a thank you
unmeltable,
note, but I was going to send her some stuff. I still haven't done my nails. Shannon got us these.
Yeah.
She got me these Color Street nail decals. They're so cool. Like you just basically you clean up your fingernails and you stick these things on. You're done
And
with your
it's like-
manicure. They
it's like
look
an
really
artwork.
cool, but I just haven't had time to do it. And then of course
That one was close.
Thanksgiving is trending. Why the fuck is Thanksgiving trending on YouTube? I don't get that. Or TikTok.
Because maybe it's 6 months away from today. Is that possible?
I don't know.
I don't even know what. Yeah, it could be. Could be 6 months away. It's just that's my guess.
I don't know why,
No,
but
maybe not.
it's I don't know, but it was trending for some fucking
Maybe it
reason.
was
I have
trying to
no idea
remind you
why.
to drink a mojito.
I can never tell you why things are fucking trending on Twitter. If somebody could fucking explain that to me, I would fucking love it. But I will tell you, I don't have a lot of talent. Like Doug's got like obvious talent. Like the man can sing, he can paint, he's an amazing guitarist. He's great at everything. I don't have that shit. Like I don't have talents and like the go on. And I remember as a kid, like somebody had asked me to do a pageant at one point, and I didn't have a talent. Like, what's your talent going to be? I don't have a talent. So that's always been something that's bothered me. But now I know if I ever should run for some sort of
For
pageant,
Yeah.
perhaps a Miss Middle-aged bitch ass woman in America looks like Roseanne Barr, pisses people off, is the race I should run in, and my talent will be cooking Thanksgiving dinner because it is the one thing
That's good talent to have.
I fucking kill.
You can savor a champagne bottle. You know
I
how
can
to do
savor a
that?
champagne bottle.
That's another thing.
But I don't know that that's like.
Is that like a, that's sort of a skill, right? You got to know how to do it.
I don't know. I was really excited when I did it, so I encourage that. I think. Oh, it was because Courtney Cox had recreated the theme from Friends. That's why it's trending.
Okay. And well, Shannon jumps in and says, "You were a stylist. That's a total talent." Yeah, it is. I've seen. Yeah, that's a talent. Gotta go.